We're going to do something a bit different today, which is that I just want to say a few things to all of you from the heart. No theme, no specific topic to speak of. I'm just going to speak from the heart. So I hope you don't mind, but if you do, then totally just skip out on this one, because we will be back to our regular schedule broadcasting tomorrow. So without further ado, good morning, Wisconsin. It is now Tuesday, February 29th, 2011, day 15 of the protest against Governor Walker's war on organized labor, and feeling a little bit anxious today, Wisconsin. You know, I haven't played a game in over 2 weeks. Not since Punk Walker started his little blitzkrieg. 24 years old. You know, I grew up on Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, Wing Commander. I doubt most of you know what I'm talking about, but trust me, classics. This current state of affairs that we're in is downright unnatural. The fact that I'm here is downright unnatural, you know? But that should go to show how serious I view this situation to be. You know, I wrote a letter to Rachel Maddow last night. Oh yeah, I did. As far as I'm concerned, she is the only one who's been reporting this thing straight since the beginning. I know. There's Ed Schultz has been here, but Rachel Maddow just has this amazing, unparalleled insight into what's actually going on that I love. And I thanked her for that on behalf of all of us here because, well, not a lot of people in the national media are really doing a good job for us. You notice that? I'm pretty sure you have noticed that. So I told her to keep it up. Because it can get lonely when the national media has got it all wrong, can it? I know there have been times when I felt isolated and deeply frustrated. Kind of like, particularly back when this started, it felt like the whole damn world was against us and against me personally. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It felt like we were up against a much bigger fish, and that this would be a long, grueling struggle. But that's why I started WRR, right? Because when this started 2 weeks ago, people really had no voice. We were getting drowned out and nobody was listening. They called this a teachers' protest. They criticized us for not wanting to pay our fair share, as if this was just about the budget. Outright lies were being said about us and still are. And fact is, might sound kind of sappy, but this is true. Fact is, I love you all so much, and I just can't sit by and allow that type of hostility towards you. I don't think it's sappy to say that. You know, I really don't. How often do we say, I love my country? How often do we say it? We say it all the time, right? And we accept that. But what is a country? Do we love the grass? Like when I say I love my country, do I love the trees in, I don't know, up north? Do I love Lake Michigan? No. When you say I love my country, you're talking about the people. You're saying I love my people. And why wouldn't you love your people? Why wouldn't I love you? You know, you grow the food on your farms that I eat. You fix my car when she's not feeling well. You educate in my schools. You fix my roads. You write the laws that help society, the society that I live in and function in. And I, in turn, work in my own ways to give back to you. Be honest. Have you ever felt as close to your elected representatives as you do right now with the 14? I know I haven't. You know, we spend so much time looking towards national politicians, but the 14 right now are looking out for you, actively protecting you, more than anyone else in that in that office that I can think of. It's an amazing and inspiring thing what they're doing, and really think we should devote a broadcast just to them sometime soon. And some people seem upset that President Obama hasn't involved himself here, because he made that one campaign promise that if he saw workers' rights being infringed, he would personally put on some shoes and walk the picket line with us. But I honestly don't think that would help, Like, he's such a divisive figure right now that he may well make things worse for us here. If he were here, the right could use him to rally against, and that would negatively affect us, you know what I mean? Plus, the president of the entire nation has got his hands full on the international scale. For all his faults, for all his misguided policies, for all his eccentricities, let's call them, Scott Walker is one of us. Right? It's not right to ask the president to come here and take care of this. I know, campaign promise, but Scott Walker is one of us. We elected him governor. I didn't vote for him, but I accept that he was democratically elected by the people of the state. He's terribly misguided. The November election was a referendum on President Obama, much as Obama himself used to say that it wasn't. And that's cost us, Wisconsin. That fact has cost us personally. It's costing us right now, because you cannot vote for one chief executive based on your opinion of another. How silly is it to vote in a Republican governor just because you don't like the Democratic president? I mean, which one affects your life more? There's absolutely no comparison. The governor, the local politicians will affect your life directly, much more so than the president ever will. People always say, oh, this is what they say. They always say, oh, the Democrats and Republicans, they're two sides of the same coin. They do the same thing. But it's actually not true. It really isn't. And I think that's abundantly clear to anybody here in Madison lately. The thing is that on the national scale, in Congress, the senators and congressmen who go to Washington, D.C., those policies are on such a large scale that they don't affect you personally ever. But here in Wisconsin, local politics do affect you. And there is a clear distinction between the two parties here. And that's obvious, right? I mean, that could not be more clear right now. People voted in November based on color. Blue or red. Blue or red. That's what they voted for. And Dems stayed at home, and they didn't vote at all. And Scott Walker, he believes that election was based on him, right? He says that he and the legislature were elected because people wanted them. They wanted them to pursue this radical right-wing agenda, even though he never mentioned collective bargaining. He believes that the people have his back. He believes that there's this silent majority, which is not true. He really believes in that Reaganomics agenda that we discussed yesterday. And he's going to get in trouble for it. He's going to get in trouble for it because, there's an analysis released yesterday from Strategic Telemetry, which I'm going to show you right here. It confirms what I've been saying, that there is no silent majority. Wisconsin opposes him by overwhelming margins, and he and his supporters are all in serious danger of a recall. We elected the man ourselves, and we'll deal with him our way. Wisconsin's a proud state like that. Some people say that Obama won't intervene here because, oh, the Dems, they hate the unions too. They're against the unions too. They're against us also. But that's not true. That is not true. The Dems would be fools, and Obama would be a fool to oppose the unions. Remember yesterday, the top 10 campaign contributions, 7/10 going to Republicans from corporations, 3/10 going to unions from Dems? This is their power source. This is something that they defend, because without them, they lose the Game of Thrones. Okay, so the Dems are backing us. Obama does back us, but he doesn't involve himself personally because he knows perfectly well that if he did do that, it would hurt us. The right would use that against us. They would rally all their people here against us, and that would be bad. Trust me. I mean, they're already kind of doing that, but it would get so much worse. It would discredit us. We have a lot of people here who, I used to be Republican and I used to be independent. I'm not actually a liberal. You know, like me, I'm not a liberal. All right, like I am not at all your average everyday liberal who people talk about on TV. You know, I'm very far from that. But if Obama was here, it would scare the people who oppose him into action, and we do not need that. We do not need that at all. So I'm glad that he's smart enough to stay away. And I think you should be too. I think that people who want him to come here don't really understand what would happen if he did. So Scott Walker is one of us, and we'll deal with him our way. We are dealing with him our way. And that's better. That's the best way to go about this. I know this is not your average typical broadcast, but you know, instead of doing a specific topic today or educating about a certain whatever, I thought it was important to come on here and give you a little personal message from the heart, because, well, sometimes it's just good to do those kind of things. Let's leave it at that. For now, we're gonna go. Got some stuff to do. Having kind of a bleh day, but that's alright. Tomorrow we're gonna do a show about the 14, so that should be interesting. Because, oh man, the people talk a lot of smack about them, right? So, can't have that. Can't have that. We will talk about them tomorrow. Till then, Wisconsin. This is the voice of Wisconsin resistance, and I hope that all of you have a great day today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace and solidarity.